I really like the look of it. That, to me, out of everything we've looked at so far, that would be the one for me that I'd be thinking, I want to try that. My choice out of all these drivers we've talked about, combining price, performance, looks, everything, I'm going. We've seen a huge release of drivers in the last month from Callaway, TaylorMade, Cobra. Everyone has been releasing brand new golf products into the industry. Wilson as well, worth mentioning. But what would be best for you to buy in 2021? Is it a new product? Is it last year's product? Is it a slightly cheaper product? Or is it top of the line? Now, let's get into it and let's get started. So here I am on clubhousegolf.co.uk. This is a big, retailer of golf clubs in the UK. So we're going to go onto drivers, and once it's loaded, there we go. We're going to scroll down and we're going to filter this. First of all, we're going to take a look at the highest price and work our way down and talk about the clubs that are worth trying for you and what is going to be the best value for you as well. So let's click on this £300 plus mark here. So obviously this is going to be the more premium end of the drivers, your Callaways, Titleist, TaylorMades. So let's take a look. First of all, this isn't in price order, but we do have the Callaway Epic Speed driver. Now, obviously we saw Callaway release the Callaway Epic Speed and Callaway Epic Max. I did loads and loads of videos on those. If you guys want to know more, check them out. I talk all about the new technology in them and, every piece of information you could possibly want to know. So, there we go. They're at $449, which is pretty standard pricing, kind of where the TaylorMade Sims were when they came out last year. Then we have the Cobra Rad Speed golf drivers. Now, Cobra has done an incredible job at cornering the market in terms of, this driver being priced at $369. They've kept their drivers in that mid 300s range for the last, 3-4 years. And they've been incredibly successful. They've produced amazing quality golf products considering they are quite a lot cheaper than their competitors, and with Rick Shields doing reviews on them and putting those golf clubs into his bag, you have to think, well, why would I spend more money when I can get just as great performance out of them? Now, I haven't hit the Cobra Rad Speed golf drivers yet. I definitely will be at some point and bringing you guys all the information you need on my channel. So those are definitely going to be a worth trying and worth looking at driver. Now, personally for me, I'm not a massive fan of the yellowy green on them, but maybe you are. So let's keep going. We have the Honma drivers, pretty up there in price, $549. We have the Mizunos, mid 300s again. Now, I've heard good things about Mizuno drivers. I've never personally tested them, but if you have, comment down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Now, the Ping G425 Max golf driver and just the whole G425 range, definitely one to try this year. They're priced at exactly the same as the TaylorMade golf drivers, but it seems, well, for me, they look very, very good. They look great. And, when they're priced pretty competitively as well, Ping have kind of always made really good drivers. So, and they've made very, very forgiving drivers too. And Rick Shields did a great review on them recently and, was raving about their drivers. So definitely worth looking at those. We are going to be picking a few that will be my favorite, by the way, before the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned to that. I will be telling you what is catching my eye. We obviously have the new TaylorMade Sim 2 and Sim 2 Max drivers, priced again $399. Now this is interesting because these drivers have come down in price the last few years from what TaylorMade drivers used to be at the kind of 500, pound price mark minimum, really. So it's very interesting. I, again, haven't hit these yet, but definitely TaylorMade has kind of become the name in golf drivers, really. So you've got to think they're obviously worth a test. They haven't made a bad driver for the last 8 or 9 years, so always worth a test. Now, Titleist Tsi2 and also Titleist Tsi3, I did a video on recently, and I think these may be some of the best looking drivers on the golf market today. They are priced a bit more expensively here at $499, so they are pretty much towards the premium end of the driver market. I think they look incredible. I have not heard too much on the performance of them, but it would be very interesting to see. I have not hit them yet, unfortunately. I really would like to. And, I do think they look really cool. They feature some incredible new technology, some incredible space-age materials, which is one, why I'm so excited to try them. I did feature it in the video I did of them recently, so check that out. But two, it's also why they are a more higher end price because of the materials that go into them. They have like some space age, I can't even remember what it was, but yeah, I think it was their driver face is made out of some material that goes like, I can't remember the details of it or what it was called, but check out the video I did on it. It was really interesting. Then we go, okay, Honma B Series 3-star driver, over £1,000. That's probably going to be one of the more expensive golf drivers you're going to find. That's really going to be more for the exclusiveness of that product. I don't think you're really going to see too much in performance there. We obviously have, again, Callaway Epic Max now, Callaway Rad Speed XB golf driver. And, that kind of wraps it up pretty much for this premium driver lineup. So we've talked all about TaylorMade, Ping, Cobra, Titleist, everything. So, and then, but scrolling down, you do actually have the old Titleist TSI1 and Titleist TSI2, now down to the mid 300s. So if you are a premium, if you're a Titleist die-hard fan and you don't want to be spending £500 on a new driver, I heard a lot of good things about these drivers when they first came out. So maybe these would be the way to go if you're looking for, that kind of slightly on a budget driver. That could be a very, very good option. And again, we also have the TaylorMade Sim and Sim Max drivers at the price of $349. Well, the TaylorMade Sim Max is there. It's TaylorMade Sim Max D, and we don't have the TaylorMade Sim in this bit. But, at $349, again, that's a price worth looking at. I did hit these drivers last year and I thought they sounded and felt very, very good off the club face. So now let's drop the price down and let's go, if we filter again, let's go by price. Let's go to, the £250 to £300 bracket. So first of all, Cleveland launcher driver. I don't really know too much about that. But the Wilson Staff D9 golf driver, I did just do a video on that. I do actually have that driver at the moment. I haven't hit it because golf courses are closed. But at $289, that driver is going to be hard to beat if you do want something a bit cheaper. It looks incredible. It really does look amazing. When I saw it in person for the first time, I really did think it's probably the best looking Wilson driver I've ever seen. And even down at the ball, it looks very, very premium. I have not had a chance to test out the performance of it yet, but if you do get a chance, that could be a very, very good option for you. And, it's almost half the price of some of its competitors in terms of the Titleist drivers and stuff. So definitely worth checking out. What else have we got here? Cobra King Speed Zone. that's got to be, again, a worthwhile driver to check out. These two Cobra drivers here. You've got it in the, I love the black and white. I think that looks really cool. I mean, if it was me, actually, what's already stood out to me so far, if I had to pick any of these drivers, I'd be going for this black and white Speed Zone driver, $299. That's such a great price. I mean, it's been a great performing driver. Rick Shields has used this driver for over a year. He has, you know, compared it to the latest rad speed and everything, and with no, you know, huge measurable distances or anything. That is, and it looks so good to me. It really does. It's not one of those drivers that looks like it's last season. It looks really good. I love it. I really like the look of it. That, to me, out of everything we've looked at so far, that would be the one for me that I'd be thinking, I want to try that. And at that price, that is a bargain, I would say, in my opinion. If you have used that driver, let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. You know, I did hit it last year and I did really like it. Loved it, the look of it over the ball. Again, Ping G400 driver. This is definitely a driver that is definitely a bit of a bargain in terms of, you know, it's obviously an older model, but you have to remember this driver was hugely popular on tour. You know, Patrick Reed used it, loads and loads of other players, Tony Finau and everyone used it, and, you know, not just Ping specific golfers, but other golfers were using this driver too. And I think it looks pretty classic as well. It looks like it's aged well. It's not gonna look like an older driver, and you know it's gonna perform. So at $279, again, that's an absolute steal. Now, what have we got in terms of really budget drivers? If we drop the price down to 200 to 250 and we go 150 above, so we're doing 150 to 250, we have Wilson Staff Launchpad. I haven't hit that, supposed to be good. Wilson Staff D7, Cobra King F9 Speedback. There you go. That is another great driver. I have this driver upstairs. I used it for quite a while. It's a great driver. If you need a budget driver for under £250, look no further. That is a great driver, even to pick up in 2021 at that price. TaylorMade M2, this is the 2017 version. Pretty good driver. I was not a fan of the looks of these ones, but they did perform well. I had the 2017 TaylorMade M1 and it performed very, very well. Really good driver. Callaway Rogue, I did hit that briefly. It was a bit low spinning for me, but great driver, great price point to pick up. And the most budget driver we can find, Callaway X Hot Golf Driver, $199. I have not hit that. It looks not quite so good. I would personally rather pay £50 more and get that Cobra King F9, and then, you know, I would go Cobra King Speed Zone if you have a bit more money. How much was the, so that's $250. The Cobra King Speed Zone, what price was that? Let's take a look. That was only about, there wasn't much more, was it? $299. Okay, so £50 more. I would be, if it was me, my choice out of all these drivers we've talked about, combining price, performance, looks, everything, I'm going Cobra King Speed Zone, extreme golf driver in black and white, £299. I think that is a bargain, personally, for me. If you want a premium driver that it looks good, performs well, and it's at a budget price, you have everything in that driver, even in 2021, even though it's only a year old. And, you know, personally for me, I actually think that looks better than the Rad Speeds, just because of the coloring. I personally prefer that. Let me know what you guys think. What driver would you be going for out of all of those we've talked about? What driver would you choose, or are you going to choose, or have you chosen in 2021? Are you going new TaylorMades, new Titleist, new Callaways, the Wilson? You know, that's such a good price. Even the new Wilson driver is actually less than that Cobra Speed Zone driver I've just picked out. You know, it's a good £10 less. So you could get the Wilson driver and some golf balls and, you know, you're sorted. But those are my thoughts and opinions. If you want a golf driver in 2021, look no further. You have a huge lineup there. That's what I would be going for. If you want a newly released driver for that price, the Wilson driver is definitely one to test. And if you have no price limit, then, you know, get fit for any driver, whatever your favorite brand is, TaylorMade, Titleist. Let me know what you do end up going with. Comment down below. I'd love to know. Like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. As always, grip it and rip it.